What? Oh, what?
What?
I ask you, what will the coming year bring? Feast or famine?
Feast.
War or peace? Can we put something in the water to make people act like people? We tried that one time. It didn't work. Let's take everything out of the water, get rid of all the additives, and require that fake crab meat be outlawed. Perhaps, my fellow Americans, the growing numbers of us that still exist, that's when we will start acting like animals instead of the people we have become. Deer roam the woods. They're beautiful, producing offspring that are healthy until man intervenes with highways, where the numbers of deer slaughtered by drivers is certainly at least as high as the number killed by hunters. So I ask you, my fellow Americans, oh, and the others too, what do you see for 2026? Will it be better by year's end? Or will the dog-eat-dog midterm elections take its usual toll on our sanity? Good morning. In this corner, we offer you me, the ever-cynical but realistic Rayford Brown. And since this is not a square, we have three corners, making it a triangle.
And in this corner, weighing in at 176 pounds.
Okay.
Chris
Oh,
Marks.
boy, what looks you just got. I think it was the weighing in at 176 that got her.
I'm just looking at both of you like, have
What?
you lost your minds already?
I haven't ever found it. How could I lose it?
Good morning. I'm Lee Barrels, and I'm here holding up one corner of the corner. I'm on the corner of the corner. Not my usual corner. Haha, I said it first. There you go.
She stole it from
I
you.
beat you to what you were getting ready to say. He's biting his lip.
It's the day before the eve of 2026. Good things are promised by our government since I've been told to trust those who are in power.
Mm.
I've already ordered a bunch of cool stuff with a promise that I'll be getting out of this world real money refunds next year. Hope it happens before I have to pay for the stuff that should be showing up any day now. It's going to be big delivery vans. I mean, tractor trailer type vans.
18-wheelers, huh?
And they will have an extension on them.
I said that to him.
Y'all are mumbling amongst yourselves.
I saw the look he gave me, and I was just warning him. That's all. It was a warning look.
Had something to do with donkeys? Oh, God. Did I hit a nerve?
Both of you are just like walking on
It's your
ice.
fault.
Thin ice.
No, this is something that Rayford has observed in many trips back and forth to Wilmington, and I just want to key in on something I had noticed here in Jacksonville about it.
The FedEx trucks?
Yeah, but now they're all white vans,
I love
They're
it.
and they are like
I
50 of them.
Here's the thing about
I
them. When they
love
get
it.
heavy deliveries, they do not have enough trucks in Wilmington, FedEx trucks in Wilmington. They will rent, they are special agreements with the rental company there, and they get their rental trucks.
I thought these were the Amazon.
The
ones
Amazon
from the
trucks,
ones
yes.
that they haven't
Well,
gotten on.
Vans.
Amazon may have some too, but the FedEx also rents vans
That's
as they
why.
leave Wilmington when they really have like Christmas season.
Right.
I-
Go ahead.
No, you finish.
No, go ahead.
No, okay, I'll
that's-
go then.
That's why I like to order the great big heavy stuff through FedEx.
These were on Bell Fork Road, and there were 50 of them.
Mm.
And I was counting them for you.
Phew.
Was that right after? Let me see, because was it yesterday morning? Went to the store, or the day before? It was Sunday. Sunday, they were all come in a line out of the warehouse there, because I was right next to the warehouse, and here they come. I was like,
You got the ones for Amazon generally have a little sign over the back corner, way back. It's not real big, but it's
The orange
something they can stick up there. Yeah.
Oh, they have new vans now. It says Amazon on it.
Well, those are the ones, the permanent ones.
Yeah,
Semi-permanent
really
ones.
nice, really nice. And I'm very happy right now with my delivery. Because like I watched a delivery person last week come up, and instead of just throwing it on my porch or putting it right up there for the world to see, she set it on my porch to where my bushes there kind of hit it. And I was like, What a smart cookie. What a smart cookie.
So if one of your neighborhood hoods decides to come by there and trim your bushes for free, you'll know why.
That's not going to happen.
You'll know why, because
I apologize.
they want to be able to see it.
Well, first of all, as you're walking up towards my front door, the camera comes on and it announces that it's recording. So I think that's helped a lot too.
I apologize. You were into your opening and animals and stuff, so I
He started it when he got on donkey. So
know.
I was done. I was leading up to you guys.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, that was a done deal. Don't apologize. That's a sign of weakness.
it's
That's
New
right.
Year's Eve.
I give myself a denosa.
There you go. Wow. The object of a lengthy manhunt in Onslow County Sunday is resting comfortably in the Onslow County bed and breakfast. 44-year-old Craig North had his first of what will become a lot of appearances before judges yesterday, where he heard the current charges against him. Sunday, sheriff's detectives say North was involved in some sort of a family dispute at a home near Gregory Forks Road and Luther Banks Road. That he shot his father and another man who was initially listed as a cousin. I don't know the relationship other than the dad. North is charged with assault with a deadly weapon with intent to kill ×2, and for the second time in his life with possession of a firearm by a previously convicted felon. Yep, he has a criminal history involving drugs and illegal possession of a gun, amongst other things. North remains in jail, no benefit of bond. He's not getting out until they tell him they can. Sheriff Chris Thomas acknowledged the manpower assistance from Duplin County, as well as the Highway Patrol, the State Bureau of Investigation, I think Beulahville PD, Richlands PD, and the wildlife officers that were called out. When you get into the woods, you get into the wildlife guys. I mean, that's where they tread.
Those are the ones you need to watch out for.
Yeah.
North was captured when he was found in a car that police were looking for previously.
All right.
I don't know. Weird. Though the deputies were in contact by phone with North during the afternoon, Sheriff Thomas said he refused to cooperate. His father, Samuel North, and Matthew Taylor were treated for gunshot wounds and were released from the hospital Monday. May I say that again?
Yes.
Mhm.
These two were treated for gunshot wounds, and they were released one day
Yes.
later from the hospital in Greenville.
Mm-hmm.
This is in spite of numerous claims on socialist media that the father had been killed. Makes a great corpse, doesn't he? He's doing well. Thank you. I'm glad he's doing fine, Mr. North and Mr. Taylor,
Yes.
both of you. You're lucky. Remember all of this every time you read social media posts from wannabe, self-proclaimed journalists with no affiliation to any legitimate media. That's going to be your first clue. If you don't recognize the media that they claim to be from, you can put out any media you want, claim any kind of name.
Mm-hmm.
Onslow News and Views, Onslow, whatever. Onslow Reports, Onslow this or Jacksonville this or whatever. Southeastern Syncland, Southeastern North Carolina land.
New
was a thing.
Times, World News,
Yeah,
whatever
they are. You can claim anything you want. The question is it a legitimately, do they have any other outlets anywhere? Are they a legitimate news organization?
No.
If they are, then show it. And I'm going to get off of this very quick. Like the difference in this stuff is you guys can listen to the radios, the scanners. You can hear and troll. You can be a troll and look through all the other socialist media people who are posting nonsense because they're not sources. You can't claim them to be sources. That's just babble. And there's nothing there. But when they're putting it out there, and the difference in these individuals who are putting it out there looking like they're official and the official people work for an organization that has supervisors all the way up. You go to work right out of college, you probably know very little, to be honest with you. You know very little about actually building a story. Okay, they teach you to do it the college way, then there's going to be the real way. When you get your first job, that's when you learn to do it the real way. the way things are. Your car is not always going to run. You're not in a perfect world. You can't get your stories over the telephone. You can't, you can't rely on this. You can't rely on that. And you learn from not only your new coworkers, they will mentor you, they will help you, but then there are mentors all the way up to including the news director, whether it's in newspaper, the editor of newspapers, or TV or radio or whatever. That's where you learn. And you've got all of these layers of people from the bottom all the way to the top to help you. That's when you start developing.
Okay, so I'm going to ask you, because you're a professional.
Well, I'm over the hill gang now.
Once a professional, always professional. What do you consider an independent journalist?
Somebody generally with some sort of credentials. They can be independent, but if they're a journalist and they're claiming to be a journalist, you better have some kind of credentials to back it up. What are your credentials? Because you put something on social media? Nope.
Well, there's a reason.
What's your background?
Here's the reason why I'm asking. And I'm pretty sure you and Lee have been covering this as well, or watching it. Nick Shirley, the young man in Minnesota, he's got over 1 million hits. He claims to be a right-wing independent journalist he's gone to all these locations that have been alleged to have fraud the government in the daycare businesses and such. And now their head honcho is now defending it, saying, well, now we're going to send our people out to verify that these businesses are actually in business. He claims to be an independent journalist.
I
would rather him claim to be an independent investigator than a journalist. A journalist, you're going to have some sort of credentials. An investigator, people can go out and investigate and do whatever. A journalist will have credentials. He will have a background. Now, not to say that I don't know who this dude is.
Oh, okay.
Did he work for anybody, any organization that was actually a newspaper, radio, TV, AP, UPI, anybody who has credentials themselves, who are a recognized news organization? If not, you're not a journalist.
No, he just claims to be a right-wing independent journalist who went around with video cameras. He went to all these locations in Minnesota that have been frauding the government and taxpayers, millions and millions of dollars for this Somalians in schools and stuff that are not open.
Good for him. I'm glad he did it. Somebody needed to do it. Too bad the regular journalism folks, the mainstream media didn't jump on it. They should have jumped on it once they heard about it.
Well, and now the government of Minnesota is getting involved in it because it's been picked up. That's I guess kind of my point, Rayford, is he claims to be an independent journalist. We've often said, we don't report news.
We're not. We don't do
about
journalism.
things. No,
my background is journalism and law enforcement, but my background is behind me. That's the background, history, tone. Yeah. I don't go out and look for these stories. Did you see me run out on Sunday and spend some time up there? That's if I was a reporter, if I was still working, practicing, I would have been right there. I would not have been doing it on social media. Here's what somebody else said. No. I'd have been on the scene.
Well,
but I would have had credentials to show the guys who were there that I was legitimate.
Right. Well, this guy, go ahead, Lee. I think you went. No, but this guy has now gotten the national media to cover it because he's
good for him.
Open stuff up.
He's not a whistleblower. He's just. I'm glad for people like that. Don't get me wrong. But when you get out there, start covering and thinking you're covering stories per se. Here's going to be the interesting thing. How much of what he has put out there is going to be proven to be wrong? Only weathermen can get away with being 50-50. Journalists cannot get away with being 50% wrong.
That's true.
True. Got it?
Yeah.
Well,
and you can't be 100% with Mother Nature involved, but you better be dang close to 100% when you're reporting what other people are doing.
Yeah.
Well, I will say that I follow a lot of independent journalists and podcasters on YouTube. Some of them, to me, I don't find a lot of credibility in
they're
them.
self-claimed journalists.
I'm tired. Let me finish.
Yeah.
Some of these just are true journalists. They've been journalists, but they've done their own. That's the way things are going now and trending now, to where people are getting away from the main media and they're starting their own companies and stuff. Look at Megyn Kelly, what she's done. She has more of a following now than she ever had while she was on Fox News.
Mhm.
And do I agree 100% with her? No, but I know that as she puts information out there, she's checked her facts. Same thing with one main person that I follow, Steve Lookner. He's checked his stuff. But there's other podcasters that I have watched that I'm like, you're so full of it. I'm thinking to myself, and I might watch them for a little while for entertainment. But do I take what they say as being gospel? No. There's usually, how I always find out about, I'm like texting y'all going like, a building just blew up in Philadelphia.
Yeah.
Well, I have certain podcasters that I follow and I get notification when they come on with breaking news. What they're mainly doing is just grabbing videos from people here or there and throwing them up there. Their opinions, I don't listen to because they're so far off the mark. I mean, anybody with any sense would know.
In another country far, far away from here, somebody posted a video of a building blowing up there. They had the video of the building blowing up.
Right.
Okay. And they said, how many people were killed? Yeah, they claimed it being news. It was a demolition of a building. But the first thing in the mainstream, the masses out there was some socialist media excuse for a journalist posting something. He saw it.
Well, this just
He
like I
saw
told
it
you.
and then claimed it was a building. And he was concerned about the number of people that were killed in this explosion, which turned out not to be a gas leak. It was.
Yeah, it's just like I told you yesterday, or it was the day before yesterday, I was on YouTube and I came across a short story and by some news organization, which I've never heard of, which tells you what, that Brad Paisley had suffered a severe stroke. And I'm like, have you heard anything on national news? Because that would make national news, right? So
Who's Brad Paisley?
he's a country and western singer. And very, very popular, very well known.
I'm kidding. Okay.
Anyway, I went Googling it and searching it and, all these others and not a word. And I'm like, how can they get away with putting garbage like that? But people do it. So everything that you see or hear, you need to check it.
Verify before you spread the negativity.
You
and
need
the-
to check
and
it.
the
That's
lies.
right.
Let's see.
So Kathy says they're tearing down the old Hardee's building over behind Walmart.
Oh my God! Is anybody getting hurt? Did it explode?
Yeah, she said it's just they're demolishing it. Yeah. Wow.
The Hardee's building where?
Hardee's over there behind Walmart on Western. It's right there in front of
Across from Waha. Or Hoo-Ha,
across from
whatever
the
it's called.
Wawa.
Oh, the one they've
One time there used to be like 4 Hardee's right here,
Yeah.
right on the outskirts of Jacksonville and in town. And
Mm,
I don't know, there's any left now.
I remember back in the 70s, Mr. Chet owned the one on Lejeune Boulevard
Yes,
and
I
the one on
worked for
17th
him.
South. Yeah. And he always used to go to the one across from the Infant Prague Church, a little way down
Yes.
from there, right before our basketball game.
Right by the water.
Oh, yeah.
Mhm.
And it was always fresh. They
Yes.
were cooked right then and there.
Then you had the one on Western that opened up. It's now been like 100 different Mexican places. And then the one on 17th South that used to be next to pool and patios.
One day ago, X times now. Active shooter alert in Richlands. Deputies hunt suspect. Shooting in Richlands, NC leaves 3 critically injured, which we now know that's wrong.
Right.
And
And who was that news organization? We've never heard. But I went on there and
times
clicked.
now.
They were showing stories they're India based.
Bless their
They're
heart.
India based. Oh, and I have a rant I want to talk
Uh-oh.
about. Yeah, but when we get time. Yesterday.
Finally, you get down to the legitimate media. 2 people hurt, 1 man arrested.
While Rayford's looking it up, I do want to mention
Here's another one.
Okay.
Times now again. A hunt suspect Craig North after 3 critically wounded. And then you go to the next batch of Google-ish. You'll find the You'll find that Mr. North was killed.
Yes.
The one who walked out of the hospital yesterday.
Yeah.
I'm just
No,
I'm just
I
saying.
know.
It's ridiculous. Okay,
It
now
was
let's go on to something.
it was interesting because of the way Chris Thomas, our wonderful sheriff, conducted his
Great
interview.
job.
And I know the reason I say that is because another local style television station talked about the shooting in Pitt County where someone was killed
Right.
along the highway.
Yes.
And I'm looking at that sheriff. Nothing against her. She's a nice lady from all I can tell. Paula. And then you get Chris. It was
There's a
like
world of
night and day.
difference.
World of difference.
Let's just take what. Not every sheriff, there are 100 of them in North Carolina, is going to have the credentials that we've got here in Onslow County. We've got a sheriff who was a chief deputy, worked drugs, narcotics in another county. He works for the State Bureau of Investigation. He worked for Jacksonville PD. I mean, I've known him for over 30 years now.
Yeah. I will say
he's got credentials.
Excellent job with his.
Yes, he did.
I watched it yesterday when he was all dressed up, looking sharp in his, dressy outfit, and did a great job.
Outfit?
His dressy sheriff's outfit.
His dressy outfit?
The dressy one where they have the long sleeve shirt and the tie.
He really likes
his uniform.
He likes the new black uniforms. We talked at the Richlands Parade. He really likes the black one. He likes the new cars and things. But what I thought was interesting is when he was asked the question was he combative? No. It was incoherent. He was, babbling. He was, but he wasn't.
He'd been spent a few hours in the woods. It's just too bad he wasn't. The summertime.
Well, yesterday we talked about the news about Denny Hamlin's parents' home that caught fire over the weekend. His father did pass. It was confirmed last night. Mm-hmm. His father did pass. His father was in very bad health anyway. Not that should be a reason, but God bless him. But here's a news story right here, why I'm bringing it up. The Daily Express. Have you ever heard of the Daily Express?
It's probably one somewhere in England, I'm guessing.
Yeah, well, they've got a story right here. Denny Hamlin's dad never got to open extremely thoughtful gift Michael Jordan sent. Well, why is that even a story? If it's a story.
That's entertainment news.
Wasn't that the train that Harry Potter got on?
I don't know, Chris.
It's,
Sorry.
What?
All right.
Oh, the Polar Express. Oh, okay. But why is this even a story?
Well,
I'm surprised you didn't get it.
I'm ignoring you both.
No, don't do that.
Sometimes I just
you're not the first one.
but Rayford was in media, television, and mentioned something yesterday. He got it from the source. One of the best hires that Chris Thomas did, was Trevor Donnell, who used to work for him. And here, Trevor has
a post. No, you go ahead, Chris. You saw it. Go ahead and finish it. He just commented
out the story. Here it is.
This is what Trevor said. Go ahead.
I think it was an AI-based website that wrote a story with social media posts. AI, and we know how you feel about that.
Fake intelligence.
Well,
yeah. Anyway,
AI should be confined to California, where everything else over there is fake.
Well, we'll talk about AI unless you want to do the weather first. But I've got something to say about AI in a phone call I had to make yesterday.
You tried to talk to AI? Oh, that would have to be.
No.
Oh, you need to record those conversations. I'd like to hear them.
I'll tell you, I got it.
Sit back and wait, Buttercup.
Yeah, I'll do it after weather.
Weather. Is there any weather out there?
Cold.
Is anybody? Yeah, it was chilly this morning. I'm gonna tell you that.
So good.
And it was getting chillier as we went along. It still is.
Why is this always just cold at your house? What was it at mine? 30 something?
You don't remember? You were there. I wasn't.
35 or something.
32 degrees. You got your sensor in the wrong spot, probably.
Oh, here we go.
Well, anyway, took a bit of a downward turn in the weather once the sun set yesterday. I will tell you, winds picked up, temperatures fell 10 degrees here in less than an hour. Had some pretty gusty winds too. We had them here up to 14 miles per hour was the peak. Over there, up the river, up the creek there.
Right,
Dale
up
this
the
morning was
creek.
speaking. What did he say it was 26 miles per hour winds he had, a gust? A lot of us in the Ham Club, we got these weather things, and Lee's got one just like this, and he records your peak winds too.
Yes,
as well.
it did.
So anyway, that's the way things were happening there. Offshore today, forecast calling for northwesterly winds 20 to 25 knots, diminishing to 15 to 20 this afternoon. Seas 4 to 6 feet every 6 seconds. 2 to 4 near shore. Sounds of rivers are going to be rough, diminishing to choppy this afternoon. Wednesday, westerly winds on New Year's Eve, 10 to 15 knots, increasing to 15 to 20 in the afternoon. 2 to 3 footers. Sounds in rivers of moderate chop, becoming choppy in the afternoon. Thursday, westerly winds 15 to 20 with gust up to 25, becoming northwesterly 10 to 15 in the afternoon. 3 to 5 footers on Thursday. That's New Year's Day. Sounds in rivers choppy, diminishing to a moderate chop in the afternoon.
Today, sunny with a high near 44. Northwest winds 7 to 11 miles per hour with gusts as high as 18. Tonight, clear with a low around 23. Wednesday, sunny with a high near 51. Calm wind becoming west 5 to 8 miles per hour in the morning. Wednesday night, mostly clear with a low around 31. And New Year's Day, sunny with a high near 55.
It won't be too bad a way to
55.
start the new year. Okay.
No.
This morning down there in Swansboro, it was 35 degrees downtown. Joe was down there walking the streets again. 55% humidity, no wind, and nothing in the rain gauge there. Nobody had anything in the rain gauge, so I just carried that through. Ward, in the beginning, he was in his car down in Cedar Point area, checked in 33 degrees, 59% humidity, northwesterly winds around 10 miles per hour, and he called in a little not long before we got on the boob tube here, and he said, I'm over in, he was Marine Mobile at the time. He's going duck hunting.
Marine Mobile.
So he's over there where it's cold and I could hear the wind blowing in his radio. So he called from somewhere up in the marshes. And Lee, not you, the other one over in the back swamp.
The bad
He
person.
had 31 degrees, 59% humidity and light winds out of the west, about 3 miles an hour. Ken in Onslow Bay, it was chilly there, 29 degrees and 43% humidity, light wind there as well. Dale, like we were just saying, up the river, in a place called River Bend, 30 degrees at the time. And then he called in and said it had dropped a degree. And they said it probably will continue dropping. It usually does until around sunrise. 65% humidity, light wind. And then Lee over there in the woodlands of Jacksonville. It was 32 degrees when she got up this morning, but probably when she left home. 55% humidity, west-southwesterly winds at about 2. Here, it was 29 to begin with, 28 a little while later, 63% humidity, south-southwesterly winds at 5. The winds are now, they've switched around to the north, believe it or not, and they're running 2 miles per hour. That means they're light and variable. And the temperature has dropped to 26 degrees, and we're still 68% humidity. So today, it's going to be chilly.
What's the high, did I say? 44? Yeah.
Throw in your wind
It's
chill.
the wind, though.
It is the
Figure
wind.
it out, Chris. Go ahead. Do the wind chill in your head.
The wind chill of 44 is 36.
Okay.
It feels like it feels like
Believe you.
it feels like 20 degrees out there right now with the wind,
Yeah.
according to the gauge.
I don't know. It's like I was telling Chris earlier. I mean, I go from the front door to the truck, from the truck to the studio door. And so I'm not out in it really.
And then when you walked into the door, I had it nice and toasty
Yeah,
for you
it's like
this morning.
78 in here. You could just feel it on your legs.
I
It was so
accidentally
nice.
left the heat on and the doors closed. And
It was nice.
Locked it when I went upstairs for a bit.
Well, my MVP goes out in the morning and feeds the squirrels.
Aw.
And I'm just out there going, it is freezing out there.
See,
Squirrels look fend for themselves. They got the ability.
Well, I know that, you know that, and Kathy knows that, but she still wants to treat them to sunflower seeds.
that's nice. I thought you gave
Can I
squirrels nuts.
fess up to something?
Go ahead.
When I lived in Wilmington, near Riceville Beach, when I first moved to that neck of the woods in '76, was it? I bought a mobile home because I didn't know where I wanted to be, and it was in a little trailer park, little wooded area right near Riceville Beach on the mainland. So big, huge live oak trees throughout the whole park.
Wow.
The man who bought that land and developed a trailer park out of it, I knew pretty well. So I got a deal on a lot. Okay, cool. On my deck outside, squirrels would come down and they'd bring the acorns down. They'd bring all sorts of stuff they would pick up, and they would stand on the railing and eat. So I took pictures.
Yeah.
So I went out one day and I put peanut butter on a little piece of bread, laid it out there. Squirrel was eating that. This happened for about three different mornings. Went out, and the last morning I did this, I had the camera, pre-focused it the length of my arm, and I put that little piece of bread with the peanut butter on it, and then I handed it to the squirrel, and as the squirrel took it from my hand, I got a picture somewhere of the squirrel taking those two little paws and taking that piece of bread with peanut butter on it from my hand. And then I shot him with the camera.
What?
Caught you off guard, didn't he?
There's the bill report coming out. There was a wreck here in the city overnight, around midnight-ish. We know that there was an injury. We don't know how bad it was, and I'm not going to speculate or anything else because I don't know. We just know that there was one in part of 17 North Marine Boulevard area was under investigation for this wreck. I don't know whether it was single car, 14 cars involved. Don't know.
Pedestrian or
We don't know.
right.
We have no clue. I don't give you that. But anyway, if it comes through before we get off the air, we'll let you know.
Yeah.
Investigators in Pitt County, speaking of Greenville area, have a strange homicide case. The body of a man was found in a ditch Sunday evening along Martin Luther King Highway. Initial reports are that 35-year-old Eric Horton Sr., that means he's got a kid, right? He's 35 years old, was shot twice. The sheriff's office report indicates he was likely targeted and that he may have been shot by a person from inside a car. 5 spent shell casings were found at the scene. Investigators say Horton is believed to have made several telephone calls shortly before he was shot. They're not saying, of course, the investigation is underway, and hopefully they won't say a whole lot until they get a lot more. We don't want to tip everybody off, but I'm going to say if they found 5 spent shell casings, obviously they didn't have the car at the scene, so those casings were outside. Would have been outside the vehicle, and it would have been a semi-automatic.
Yeah.
Unless the guy emptied his revolver. No, that's not going to happen.
Yeah, and the sheriff said it to calm down the Greenville residents. It was targeted.
Yep. So
don't make people mad.
No more speculation. Back in the old West, if you stole a man's horse, the penalty was a rope and a tree, right?
Yep.
Yeah, you could pay the ultimate price for that. Looking back, since a man's horse could be the only way he had to survive, the penalty was pretty severe. And the way they looked at it there, that was very justified. I can understand that. You take my only transportation away and I'm getting stuck out here in the woods or in the desert or whatever. No, you do need to die. Apparently, early yesterday, a tow truck hooked up to a big John Deere tractor from the Boone Lane area near Arapahoe and made off with it. This was not a little farm-all tractor.
Giddy up.
He hooked up a tow truck to a big John Deere tractor in the middle of the night, early yesterday morning, pre-dawn, and drove away.
Okay.
The sheriff's office is asking for help in locating the tractor thief and in recovering the tractor. Not that many years back, right here in Onslow County and surrounding counties, a bunch of surrounding counties, there was a gang of thieves operating in these counties, that included Onslow, stealing and then reselling all sorts of tractors and other farm implements. They got caught.
I know a story.
I know a story too. I wonder if they've served their time or if they've been paroled yet. If they're recent parolees, I believe I'd be looking at them.
Wasn't there one involving someone running for sheriff or something?
Or someone, yeah.
Yeah.
And
A long time ago.
brother and friends and all sorts of people were.
Yes. Accused and whatever. It was a mess.
Some people bought. Here's the thing: if you're looking for, I don't know, a gun, and somebody offers you a really nice, great rifle that would sell at the gun stores for like $1,000, which many of them sell for $1,000 or more. Shotguns too, Benelli shotguns, I think will be up there. I saw some $25,000 ones when I was at the SHOT Show in Las Vegas a few years back. But if somebody offers you one of these guns, and they, you got $100, I'll bet you. Yeah, I'll take it. Well, are you guilty of anything? Absolutely.
Of course.
You should have done better.
Yeah.
And some people that were offered some of these farm implements here in Onslow County, they bought it for a song.
Yeah.
And they knew better. They knew better. And they got caught.
Yeah.
And they got caught.
I still want to see that stealing that truck.
Stealing the tractor.
Yeah.
But she just wants to know how they lassoed it.
They just drive up to it and
I know.
Put the
But
record through it and took off.
how could anyone not miss that?
in the
Somebody
middle
saw
of the
something.
night. Well, on a farm, you think about it. That
Well, on a
tractor
farm,
was probably
sure,
not
sure.
hanging out on the edge of the road or
Yeah.
on the driveway.
Well, you farmers need to put your stuff up at night. You need to go, like, put it up there by the garage, the shed, or whatever. Don't leave it out in the field.
There's some video.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure. They'll catch them. It'll probably be in the water somewhere.
I don't.
910-333-0139. Before I talk a little bit about wreaths, you wanted to say something about your discussion with somebody named AI.
It's a little bit of a rant, and then we'll do it in a nice way.
Why?
But I had a membership to a store here in town.
Uh-huh.
And a year ago, well, I had the membership. It was in my name, and it was $50 a year. And you can add family members to your membership. So I added my sister. And I very seldom ever go shop in this store, but once in a while. And sometimes I would get gas there. But last year she had gone in the store and she was making a purchase, and the cashier said, "Oh, we've got a special going for $1 more in your membership, blah, 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 blah." And my sister said, "Okay, sign us up." First of all, it's my card.
Sign us up.
Yeah. So I mean, nothing against her, but it's the card is in my name.
Uh-huh.
So anyway, so when I was like, okay, cool. So when renewal time came around, my renewal went from $50 to $110.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
And I was like, how did that happen? And I guess the explanation at the time that my sister paid $1 to up it or whatever, it was not too clear what all was involved in it. And so, of course, she always pays half. So I went from paying $25 to like $55 on my part. So I said, well, when it comes around, and I tried to go online and have it changed. You cannot do it. It's just ridiculous. So I said, well, when it comes time for renewal, I'll just do it then. Well, in the meantime, my debit card that I use, it had expired and I got a new one. You know how they do every 4 or 5 years, you get a new card, a new expiration date. And when I got the notice from that company saying your renewal did not go through because your bank card is expired, I said, good, fine, no problem. They're not going to be able to renew it. So I'm done with it.
Oh, no.
Well, my sister calls me yesterday and said that same company tried to take $110 out of her checking account.
Oh, that's good.
And I'm like, why are they doing that? Because the card is mine. It's in my name. Why are they going to her checking account?
Anybody we get the money from?
So anyway, she got that taken care of. But I called a company yesterday. And first of all, I get this AI bot. And they tell you, this is an AI bot and we're here to help you. And I'm like, and just kept saying, customer service, customer service, customer service, until you finally get somebody customer service. Guess who I get? A lady named Trilla from the Philippines.
Oh,
From the
Trilla.
Philippines.
I know her.
And so I'm like saying, this is an American company. First, we have to go through AI. Then we have to go through somebody that lives from another country, So anyway, I had everything completely canceled out. I said at a later date, if we decide or if I decide to take out membership, I will. But I very seldom ever, it's not worth it for me. So I said, I'll reconsider it. But going from $50 to $110 for no reason, I'm just like, that was way too much. And then trying to get it taken care of. I mean, when it wouldn't go through because my card was expired, that should have been the end of it. But no, they proceeded to go and look up my sister's stuff that's on my membership card and charge her. And I'm like, why are y'all doing that? And the lady said, I'm sorry, I do not know why, and blah, blah. And then what did I get last night in my email?
Yeah, Bill.
I got a notice from that same company saying, we tried your card again. And I'm like, seriously?
Okay, I'm going to give you guys, all of y'all, just a little piece of sneaky advice.
Don't
okay?
take out membership.
No, as far as credit cards are concerned, periodically, and I will do this, I just report my card missing. I've lost it. They will not assign you the same bank number. They will
Nope.
give it close, but they will give you a different one.
Right.
Nobody is going to be able to charge your card that has ever charged it before.
Well, they couldn't charge mine because it
I
had
understand.
changed.
But a lot of them will automatically go through and they figure out how to, okay, well, it's just been, the date's expired, but that's all. They go through and look it up. They're
Well,
able to do that now, believe
They
it or
couldn't
not.
get to mine, thank goodness. So they decided
Apparently
to go.
they didn't get to yours.
But they went and took my sister's
But all you have to
information.
do is just call the bank and say,
see,
I've
this is
lost this
weird.
card and I don't know where I lost
When
it.
my sister got the alert on her phone, she called her bank and they said, well, this business is trying to take $110 out of your checking account for membership fees. She's like, no. And in order to say, no, don't pay, if she claimed that it was fraudulent,
Mhm.
they would have canceled her card,
Right.
and then she would have had to go through getting a new one.
Oh, they'll just send her
So,
a new one.
it was a mess.
I've done that many times.
It's my card. Why are they picking on her?
I don't know.
See, I think that's wrong. But it just aggravates me that it's an American company and you have to go through an AI bot and then you have to go to somebody that's not even in the United States. And how do I know those people are real? Huh? Well, what has happened to our country that we don't have American workers on the other end of the telephone for these American companies that are based here in
Ask
the
them
United
for their
States?
employee number and their date of birth.
I'm not going to take it out on them.
Yeah, well, why not?
It's not their fault. They're
Well,
out there making their $5 an hour.
I don't make that much.
Well, I remember back in the Time Warner days when one of the presidents from Raleigh had come down and said, we're going to take all our calls. We're going to move them over to the Philippines because they can answer them faster and cheaper.
Mm-hmm.
And told that to our call center people.
That's what's wrong with
And
us.
it's
How'd that work out?
not too good.
No, I will bet
A
you.
lot of people
I
lost
was probably one of
jobs.
them not too gooders that called in and got hold of one of them people over there and wherever it was.
Well, let me ask you this. Did the rates for cable go down since they were saving money doing that?
No.
No.
Pay the cable charges.
No, that's just it. They make all these new things and they ship stuff out to other countries and other services here and
would you-
there, but the rates don't go down.
Groceries?
Oh, let's don't even
No,
start.
I'm going to give you a philosophy, a thought process on my part because I'm
I need groceries.
suspicious.
Right.
The prices continue to go up. The price of delivery has gone down for the fuel prices and yada, 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 right? It's gone down.
Mhm.
Right.
What has changed at the grocery store that will cause the prices of food to continue going up?
They're making money.
They still have the same number of employees, as far as I can
Selfish.
tell, working at the cash registers up there.
Right, right.
But we go up, and there's always somebody there waiting to help me at every place that I go to,
Mm-hmm.
as though it's another cashier. And many of them are so bored, they run over there to help ring it up for me.
Yep.
Or back it,
Yeah.
It's
yes.
this automatic. So they're paying for all that automated computer stuff
Yes.
for us to screw up.
Right,
Yes.
Here's a great one. I went to one of our local stores.
right.
God, I meant to call them too because I got saved the receipt. And I don't tell you, it was a Food Line. The week,
Get
the
AI.
2 days before Christmas, the day before Christmas Eve.
Right.
And here's what I bought: a bunch of stuff. I bought multiples of like soft drinks and a bunch of other stuff that
Right.
I was stocking up, y'all.
Understand.
And I get through, and I'm gonna ring it up myself because ring, 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 click, and you hear it click, click, click.
Right.
It buzzes every time you click it, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Like, ding, pip, pip, dip, dip. Like I buy a dozen of this and whatever. I count them as I go through, click it a dozen times.
Right.
I got through, and the guy said that only rang up 3. I clicked it all these other times. Here, he pulled it up, showed me, rang
Right.
up 3. And I said, well, that's the machine's fault. He said, well, let's do it again. So he handed it to me, and I went click, click, click. It rang up 3 more and quit. And I said, whose fault is this?
Mhm. Oh, we're having trouble with the machines today. That's what they told me.
He doesn't have a clue what the problem was.
Mhm.
It's
Yeah.
AI is the problem.
Yeah, I
So
have
be prepared in case you go and you ring it up yourself.
Right.
Be prepared. You need to check it. If you're going to buy a dozen items, you need to check it. Each one of them, click that right through. Yeah.
Yeah,
And
that's
then you
what
get
I do.
all of these up there. You get 6 on the screen up there.
Mhm.
You click another one. Do you know how many, whether that actually rang up? No. Because you
I-
can't view the whole thing.
I have a habit now of as I scan it, run it through, I watch it pop up on the screen, each individual. And I know, but
When
you
you
get used to it after a while. But the reason why I do that is because they stopped me one time and said, we don't think such and such went through. And I'm like, what? And so we had to back up and go through everything. And they were right. But
Well, here's the thing, though.
It was
If
honest
you do
mistake.
like I'm talking about,
Right.
you can't see it when it rings up a new one.
you can scroll. I know
I'm
what
going to
you're saying.
scroll
now.
on a dozen times every
But
time one comes up. No, I'm
I
not.
know you. And
Because
you're
they all
going
look
to-
alike. You
Yes.
get 12 of the same items, and it all looks alike. Okay, now I got to go up there. Okay, 1, 2, 3.
Mhm.
Somebody says something. I say, start over. No. What is the purpose of me doing this?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. It's and the machines will mess up.
So
Yes, they will.
we're paying for that.
Yeah.
That privilege of them costing us. We're doing the work and we're paying for it.
You know what's fun is like I'll get 10 cans of the little cans of cat food
Right.
and sit there, pew, 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 pew,
And you ring up 4.
and but I'm so used to it now. I know, and I'm watching it. But I know it must drive those cashiers. I have nothing else to do but stand there and watch it.
Yep.
It must drive them crazy.
Yep.
And then sometimes I'll have things in the bottom of the cart. I don't take them out. I take the wand. I reach down there and I zap them with the wand to ring them up.
Yep, sure.
And I know they're like this, and I'm thinking, well, you could open a register and I'll come through there, but but personally, I like the self checkout.
I do too if it would work. But I do not like being stopped and have to go back through it again.
Yeah.
Now, there was an article on one of the things popped up yesterday where the person was questioning having to stop at a Walmart.
Yes, I saw that cart full of stuff. Rayford, was that the one?
No, it was just somebody who went through and there was a line of people.
Mm-hmm.
Well, she had a receipt and everything else, but they were stopping and checking at a Walmart. At a Walmart. Like they used to do at
Right.
Sam's. So
Yeah.
they got the automated system. That automated system at Sam's works extremely well, by the way.
Yes.
You drive through that little thing, and it's got everything you got in that cart there.
Mhm.
Perfect.
Yes.
Saves me time.
Mm-hmm.
But there was a line of people, and this one woman, she went right on around them. She said, "Here's my receipt," and she just kept on going. Well, they got all over her.
Oh, yeah.
And she said, there's nothing in any dealings that I do with Walmart that I have to stop. Sam's, Costco, you are a member. You
Mhm.
sign a contract.
Mm-hmm.
That is part of your deal for you
Yeah.
being able to shop there. I understand that. I have no problem with that.
Right, right.
It's what I signed on for.
hmm
But to go to Walmart to get 3 items and I have to wait in line with 20 other people up there with 200 items in their little carts to be checked
There was
by
a
some
story.
dude who can't get a job anywhere else? I don't think so.
There was a story over the weekend. I thought that's what you were alluding to, where a Walmart shopper had gone through the self checkout. She had a cart full of stuff. And as she was leaving, they stopped her and more or less made accusations that she didn't pay for everything in the cart. They unloaded everything in the cart and ran it back through again. And guess what?
She
It
had
was
right.
perfect. She had it right.
Under those conditions,
like,
if I knew what I was doing and
I'd
was
be like,
right, I
keep
said,
it.
I'll tell you what I did. No, I would not. I said, call the police. You've got an allegation here. I want a police report.
Yeah.
You're not going to call them? Well, you stand by right there.
Well, you know
911.
what I
You
would
might want
do?
to call
Yeah.
your manager. I'm going to be right here waiting for you.
After they did all that, and then they say, well, you were right, I would say, oh, good, I'd like a refund now.
No,
and I would leave it all right there.
No, my fee for doing my freelance work is $125 an hour or the portion of an hour. I do owe me $125.
Well, I told you a couple of weeks ago how I almost walked out without paying for a couple items because I had set them up in the top of the cart. Didn't even think about it.
You thief, you.
And as I'm walking out, I'm like, why didn't I put those in bags? And then I realized, ooh. And thank goodness I had not gotten too far. But nobody noticed. Nobody noticed. But
I don't know how much money they've lost at these automated things,
Right.
but I guarantee it's more money than they're saving.
You are on camera. I know that you're on camera, and if you've got somebody watching the camera, it's true. But and I appreciate being able to self check out. I like it. I like just like doing my own thing. But I can also understand why that they do watch. I mean,
But what I don't understand is why they keep hiring me back. I
I
mean,
I would
I
fire me.
I did. I took myself to I think I need to be fired. I don't like my attitude when I'm tapping myself out.
Oh,
I've got my
yeah.
own coffee cup in the employee's break room.
Yeah.
Been there so much through the self checkout. I mean, you know,
Oh,
a raise.
Is a personalized name on it called Trouble?
Well, let me ask you this: if they're doing that and they can reduce the amount of workers, why aren't the prices coming down?
There was where I started this conversation
Yeah.
7 minutes ago.
You know, we had
Now
time
you,
to
now
answered,
you
but-
know why
Yes.
the prices have not come down.
Right.
You answered it. They're making money.
And you know, I take my, most of the time, I won't say all the time because I forget to put them back in my truck, but I take my own stuff to bag with. I have you've seen them. I've
Yep.
come in here with my own totes
Mhm.
that as you ring it up, you can put it into your own totes and it's so much easier to carry and you're not using their bags and stuff. Okay. I'm saving you money. Why are you not saving me money?
Well, here's something that this country needs to get in line with. My favorite little island in the world, my island paradise,
Yes.
is Bonaire, right? It's not the
Bonaire.
only island like this, it's the only
Bonaire.
place like this. They have reduced their carbon footprint quite a bit. Basically, by they don't have plastic bags,
Mm-hmm.
they don't have
Good.
styrofoam anything.
Wow.
Huh?
For anything. You go to the shopper, the grocery store, the supermarket, you get a cart, you take it out. If you haven't brought your bag, you don't get one. All
Right.
that stuff goes back into your cart.
We have a store like that here.
And
Yes.
here's the other thing.
Sam's and Trader Joe's is the same way.
Well, they got boxes out there,
Aldi's.
Mm-hmm.
but here at the door at the supermarket, they've got. First of all, you got to put a token in or a quarter in to get the cart out of the corral,
Right.
and you'll always put it back so you can get your money out.
Yeah.
of it.
What's
People
up
do
with
that.
that?
Why not?
Why?
Because people, have you looked at, where these grocery carts end up? Down the side of the road,
Yeah.
5 blocks from the store, because people take them and walk them home.
So getting a quarterback is going to keep you from taking that cart?
I think
Some people,
well, I think the other part of it is that they don't want it damaging vehicles.
that's part of it too.
You know,
Now, and one of the stores that I shop at, you cannot get out of the store. All the carts are inside the store, and because they got big old things out there that are just about 2 inches too narrow for you to get a cart
Yes.
through.
Yes.
And you
yes,
have to,
yes.
you're going to have to, if you don't have bags, we always just take our bags with us, dive bags and other shopping bags. You can buy a shopping bag from them and keep
Yeah.
using it.
Yes. Well,
So
that's what I do.
That's the best way to do it.
I even, I had bought some from Food Lion
Mhm.
back when they had the square ones, the boxes. That's Jennifer. And then I bought some online through Amazon also.
Mhm.
And when I go into other stores, which is very seldom, but if I go in, like, say, Marshall's or something, I'll pick up one of their bags for $1.99 as I'm checking out. And so I've got a huge collection. And usually I'll just use those. It's so much easier. Pick it up, take
You
it
know,
in.
divers, we've got bags we carry
Yes.
for some stuff
Yeah.
in the water. We just carry our stuff and we load them up.
Right.
We're good
right.
to go.
It's so much easier.
Happy New Year to Tennessee. How are you?
Hey,
How are
Tennessee.
you? It's so funny. Terry and I were just talking about all of this self-checkout, bunch of madness a couple of days ago. I despise a self-checkout. I refuse to use a self-checkout
Mhm.
unless there was 2 times. Number one, if I'm just like going to run in the Food City to grab a loaf of bread or something, and Terry just sits out in the car.
Uh-huh.
I will go through the self-checkout then.
He's the getaway
Or
driver.
Or
Keep the
you can ride
windows
with
down.
him. I ain't riding with him. He doesn't have any driver's license, sir,
So
anymore.
do I.
He's just got him he carries the spare keys in his pocket.
So in case you
And
lose it,
I say, where are you going? But anywho, the other day we went to Lowe's, had to get one little thing, and he went in with me. All I needed was a little pack of cable mounts. I use them on the back of my signs to go in wreath.
uh-huh.
Got up there, no cashiers, all self-checkout. I ran a blooming register for 17 years. I have no desire to do it anymore, but I did. And I forget what. There was something, and I was looking at the screen going, what are they talking about? So here comes the little lady over, and I told her, I said, I said, this could have all been eliminated if y'all just had a cashier actually running a register. And, she agreed with me. But as we came out, Terry and I were talking, and I said, I like going, number one, if there's something wrong, if you're looking at the screen and something rings up wrong, or you think it rings up wrong, the cashier is right there.
Right.
She can check it.
Mhm.
You don't have to get somebody else over.
Right.
And also, you have that human interaction. I told Terry, I said, by the time our youngest grandbaby is grown and married and has family, there won't be cashiers.
Nope.
You probably won't even go in stores anymore. You'll just call up, order it, and they'll leave it out on your front porch. And
Drone delivery.
to me, that's a lot of people's like, cool, but you have no human interaction. And I think that is a lot. People don't care. Like putting hateful things on the internet, putting all this stuff. They're losing their human qualities.
Yep.
Because you're not, you can go to school online, you can order your food online, you can go, if you go in a store, you can check it out yourself. And I had a cashier one day. I do not like Michael's, believe it or not. You would think that.
I would have thought that would have been your
I like
mainstay.
Hobby Lobby better.
No,
Calm
Hobby
down,
Lobby and
Kathy.
Ben Franklin. But I would just, Michael's is not my cup of tea, but I will if I have to go in there. I had a cashier one day tell me, she said, excuse me, ma'am. She said, the self-checkout's open. Now, she wasn't doing anything. She was over there straightening out whatever. And I looked at her and I said, I'm sorry, I'm not a Michael's employee. Made her mad, but she came over there and rang me up.
I love it.
Because she had a register, and I told her point blank, I said, I'm not a Michael's employee.
I think that if they expect
And-
us to, they encourage us, they expect us to check ourselves out, that we should have an employee number and get an employee discount.
And
Yes.
talking
How does that
about
sound to
they
you?
keep hiring people. Well, yeah, they have all these people, but you know what these people's doing? They're walking
Nothing.
around in everybody else's way, doing the shopping for the people that's sitting at home ordering it.
That's right.
Now, I understand there are some, you have these younger mothers that's got 3 or 4 kids. 2 of them's in ball, one's in band, and one's taking piano lessons. You got all this stuff. I'm sure it's easy to take your lunch break, order your groceries, pull up and get them. But the people that's just too darn lazy to go to the store.
Yeah.
And as far as for the grocery pickup, I'm sorry. I think that the Walmart shoppers, the ones that's going around getting in everybody's way, getting this stuff, let them do it on the midnight shift. Walmart used to be open 24 hours.
Used to be, yeah.
Take them in there and then put it in the cooler, the freezer, whatever, and pick it up the next day.
Okay, here's the other gripe that I got now is everybody's griping this morning. I just started out a
I was
conversation.
being,
You ready?
it,
You
mine
ready for
was
this one?
nice
Are you ready for
I'm
this one?
just
Okay.
giving my opinion.
How about when you do drive up, like most of the people do, and you
Yeah.
pull into these stores, and then they've got 15 different parking spaces out there reserved for your pickup. No.
and
I don't-
nobody's in them.
I don't care that the people who you're calling, they have to wheel it out to your car. Let them wheel it out to the car in the back 40.
Good exercise.
Save
You know
save that parking spaces for
that
the people to drive up there and
When
get out and go
we
in.
were in Jacksonville,
No, you're right.
I went in Lowe's Hardware, the
Mhm.
one right there on Western, and we were not expecting to go in anywhere. And I didn't take care of his wheelchair. I had just put him in the car, left his wheelchair at home.
Mhm.
So I went in Lowe's to get one of those little scooter things.
Right.
And they had not plugged it in, so it was dead.
Oh, great.
So that was strike one. Then I asked the guy, I said, while you're standing here, I said, can I ask you a question? And he said, yes, ma'am. He was the manager, assistant manager, card holder, whatever. I said, you have all of these parking places right here for curbside pickup.
Great.
And he said, yes, ma'am. I said, and your handicapped parking spaces are all the way down there at the lumberyard and all the way down there at the greenhouse. And he looked at me and he said, ma'am, we have the required amount of handicapped parking places by law.
Yep. That's all they care about.
And I looked at him and I said, I understand that. I said, but you're telling me that you would rather it be convenient for your employees that's taking stuff out to a car that somebody ordered and didn't even come in your store than for a handicapped customer that is trying to get in. And I never could convince him of what I was trying to tell him. I finally just told him, I said, well, apparently you do not want a handicapped customer on this day because you don't have a scooter and your parking places are all the way out the back 40. So you have a nice day, sir. And he thought he was right. I mean, you could not convince
He
him.
doesn't understand the logic at all.
But anywho, I'm going to call and see if I can open me up a daycare. Apparently, you do not have to have any children to attend this daycare. You can just
What?
open one.
Well, you can open
I'm
one.
gonna wrap one. Yeah, I'm gonna wrap one of those things around my head and open me up
Minnesota.
the Molly daycare.
Oh,
Minnesota. Minnesota.
Gotcha. I was
Yeah.
wondering where this was going. We'll be talking about that later, too. Hang in there.
Yeah.
Minnesota. Yeah.
Bye, Jennifer.
Jennifer.
I have all ideas. It's not just Minnesota.
No, I'm sure it's
imagine
not. They've just been busted.
It's
North
all of
Carolina.
them. Yep. All right, y'all have a great
Have a
day.
blessed day,
you.
Jennifer.
God, I'm all worked up. This just started with a problem with getting the membership card canceled.
It's your fault. You started it.
Yeah, I was,
Instigator.
Yeah.
Just one of those instigators.
I'm going to go shopping when I leave here and go through the self-checkout.
She's been fired up since I got here.
And I'm going to take one item. I'm going to go beep, 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 just like that for you, Rayford.
Ring it up 10 times and
I am.
then tell them, I think this rang up too many times. Could you,
Right.
go back and delete? You got time to do that, but you don't have time for me to call. Right.
I know we have a guest. Can I real
Elliot,
quickly do
help
wreaths?
us.
Can I really do real fast
We're
wreaths
going to do wreaths. Yes, right now.
right now? Can I?
Yeah,
Right
it's on the
now.
schedule.
Let's do Reeves.
You get the memo.
Here's the deal, folks. Today's the 30th. They have to be postmarked by tomorrow.
Mhm.
And so I want to thank Rayford. He purchased some yesterday, 6 and got 12. And Hamilton got some. Lee got some. Marty got some. A lot of people got some. Some even actually went through Venmo. I didn't even think about that, but you can Venmo me the money.
What kind of
It's Venmo. So it's basically an electronic payment that you pay to me that I pay to Reach
Can you
Across
do
America.
PayPal?
Yeah.
Okay.
I did. But long story short, we've had a good couple of weeks of the buy one, get one free to cover the Veterans Cemetery in both Onslow Memorial Gardens and the Coastal Carolina State Veterans Cemetery. I just want to let our friends know this, that if you ordered a grave-specific wreath through our group,
Lord have mercy.
everything, the paperwork, Kathy is meticulous. She's meticulous when she fills out the paperwork.
She's got hers together, yes.
Yeah, everything was put together perfectly. If you haven't gotten yours, you need to contact the people that run that cemetery, not us. You can contact me. I'll help you the best I can, but everything we did was correct. Rayford, you started the ball yesterday rolling. Marty jumped in on it. Lee jumped in on it. A lot of people have jumped on it. Folks, buy one, get one free. We're talking about purchasing at stores and stuff.
Yeah, that's half price, y'all.
It's half price, and you're putting a wreath on a veteran's gravesite. And if you did it in the past, please do not think that carries over every year. When it gets picked up on the 17th of January, that's it for last year. 2025 is gone. 2026 starts all over.
Yep. Yeah, because these kind of degrade.
Well, yeah, they're fresh.
Wear out.
They're fresh balsam wreaths.
That's right.
So, thank you.
Anyway, you guys, this is the time to do it, and you got until tomorrow. I don't wait until midnight tomorrow because it's not going to get done.
No.
I mean, it's got to be postmarked. If you're going to mail a check, it's going to have to be postmarked.
Question.
I would take it to the postal service today and stand there in line and say, "Would your hand stamp
There's no
this?"
standing in line. You can do everything online now. You can buy your stamp and mail it right from your mailbox.
And you can come
And it
in.
has the date on it.
And you had a question?
I would screw up.
Yeah, yes, you would.
I go up there.
When is the day that they're looking for volunteers to pick the wreaths up?
January 17th.
January 17th. So you're not doing anything. Do you know what time?
We'll start at 9 o'clock.
9 o'clock?
9 o'clock, get them
And you're
done.
talking at Onslow Memorial?
Yes, I am.
How about Veterans Cemetery?
Couldn't tell
Do you
you
know
a
what
thing
day?
about those people.
Yeah, I
Sorry.
couldn't either.
Couldn't tell you.
Okay. So
All right.
get
Very
that
good.
done.
Thank you.
In the studio this morning, we know Elliot. Elliot's been here several times.
Yeah.
First Dancing Stars of Onslow. When he remember those golden sneakers? What were those?
Twinkle toes.
Those blinged out sneakers he had. And then Elliot came back about Farmer's Day because
Aw.
he's very instrumental being like the co-chair, I guess, of Farmer's Day in Richlands.
Come on up to the microphone.
I'm just a check signer.
Check signer. Anyway,
And speaking of which,
find me one.
just sign it. I'll fill it out.
All right. We can do it. It won't get very far.
No.
How much do you have in the bank before I write it?
It'll bounce.
Oh,
Oh,
Real high.
goodness. See, they had to pay for all those corn dogs, right? For they don't have any money left. We got to start all over again this year or next year. But Elliot is now decided to throw his hat into the ring of politics.
The ring of fire.
The ring of fire, yes. And Elliot has
It's okay because
signed
he's a
up.
firefighter too.
He has filed to run for Onslow County Commissioner, which the primary is in March 3rd, I believe it is. And so he's going to be running for Onslow County Commissioner. And I said, would love to have you come in and tell us about why you feel compelled to throw yourself into a ring of fire.
I think I probably need to ask the first question.
Yeah, go ahead.
When did you fall on your head?
I think I fell off the back of a fire truck.
Uh-huh.
I think that's what did it.
And something ran over you,
Yes, sir.
and then you filed for commissioner. Oh,
That's
okay.
what happened.
Well, anyway, that's it's good. I'm glad there are people out there with credentials, with residency.
Right.
You know the area. You've been around here for a little while.
Born and raised.
Uh-huh. And so you know what the history is. And before we get into all the other stuff too, the official stuff, I say that a community's history is extremely important for people who want to serve that community. And you wanting to be a county commissioner, knowing the history of this community, because a lot of stuff is legend. There's legacy involved. This is the way we've done it. And the way we've always done it isn't necessarily always the best way, but it needs to be recognized and dealt with.
Correct.
You can't just
Absolutely.
blow it apart. Okay.
A lot of people don't like change, but not all change is bad.
Change is hard.
And that's across all facets
Yes.
of life.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Just show me it's good for me. That's all I care.
Right.
And it's
So
not going to cost me anything.
That's
for
right.
everybody listening, tell us, give us a short bio on who you are, where you're from. We know. What do you do now, and why you want to run for commissioner?
Well, many of you know me, some of you don't. My name's Elliot Jarman. I am born and raised right here in Onslow County. Lived in Richlands my whole life, close to the Jones County line. I have been a volunteer with Richlands Volunteer Fire Department. In January will be 20 years,
Wow.
where I serve as president and captain.
Mm-hmm.
And I spray bugs for a living for my dad.
You spray boats?
That's
I spray
right.
bugs.
Bugs. I
Yes,
thought you
sir.
said boats. I was going to say, okay.
I'm a bug killer.
Hey, he's the exterminator.
Do you stomp them too when you can't kill them with
Sometimes.
spray?
Sometimes you have to.
He's the exterminator.
That's it. But
That's a great campaign
well,
slogan. The exterminator.
it could be. I might have to use that.
Yeah.
I've never really dealt with a lot of politics.
Good.
I look at the news all the time, but I try not to get into it a lot. But we've had some things happen over the past couple of years, and I felt like it's time for somebody local to stand up and
Okay.
try to steer us in a
Is there
new
any
direction.
one certain issue that's happening within the county that kind of made you feel like, hey, I need to step in. I need to be able to help with this, have my say so, see what I can do to help. Is there any one certain issue that we've been dealing with over the last year or two in Onslow County that compelled you to step into that ring?
A lot of it comes to our emergency services,
Right.
EMS, fire,
Mhm.
law enforcement. We're kind of struggling, especially on the EMS side in the
Right.
county. And then, some transparency. I think some things could be done differently. I think it'd be talked about to the community a little more.
Such as?
There's a lot of, I guess, closed session meetings, and I get that, but I don't think everything is brought to the public the way it should be. I think there's a lot of voting done, and then it's just passed through. So,
Well, see, that's a problem with closed meetings, so we don't know what's being discussed
Well,
because they
they
can't tell us.
They can't vote. Well,
Yeah.
yeah, they can and can't, but they can't take any votes in a closed session.
correct.
They can discuss things and come out and
Right.
then either just vote yay or nay, or you would expect when you come out of a closed session meeting and you're going to take any action, that's when you should be talking about things, not
Yes.
just oh, yeah, we think this is a great idea in the closed session. And I think we need to go ahead and do this. So when we get back in a session, we'll just say, do we have enough votes to get this through? Yeah. But that's when the discussion really needs to come out and let us know why.
Yes.
I'd like to know why. I don't have any examples of them not doing that because I'm not sitting in those rooms and
Yeah,
covering it every
follow
day.
it like we do. Yeah.
But
I've just started, well, the past probably 7 or 8 months is when I've started
I've
really
seen
diving
you.
into
I've
it.
seen you. I've seen
So
you.
I'm
up
still
there.
learning as well.
Yeah. Is there, let me see, what's the main, I guess, what's the main focus of your platform? You said transparency and emergency services. Is there anything that you would want to do right now to change the way things are as far as like EMS or fire department? I know there was a struggle with some of the fire departments signing a contract with the county. Most all the fire departments have done it, and there's a few that didn't. But what would you like to see as far as that? It's kind of hard to put it into questions.
I think we need to come together at the table and talk more.
Mhm.
There was some collaboration with these contracts when it first came out,
Right.
and it went kind of stagnant for a while. And then I guess next thing we knew, we got a contract, said, hey, here's the updated contract. We need you to sign it and return it. And then when we read through everything, we're like, we need clarity on a couple things, and we'd like to see a couple things changed. And specifically for us in Richlands, we have a town contract with the town of Richlands and a county contract. So we couldn't legally sign that contract as it was written because we pretty much have two masters. Whereas if we sign the county contract, they get control of everything.
Right.
When-
Right.
I'm sorry. So when you say they have control of both of them, that'd be the city section
They would-
of it, and then the volunteer part of it.
So what we struggled with in the contract, it says if we ever go under or close the doors, all your assets will go back to the county. You had to fill out an excluded asset list, which we had some trouble with too.
Mhm.
But just little minute things, and it weren't major problems in the contract.
Right.
It was just some clarity and maybe metrics. We wanted metrics in there of how they were going to measure certain things because it was left very vague.
I've heard a lot about this contract thing to begin with now, and not every, in fact, most of the departments are not going to be like a Richlands or a Swansboro or Holly Ridge or anything like that, where they get funds from both the city to furnish fire services for the town, the municipality, right? And they get county funds for other things. I don't know what the split is, have no way of knowing. I mean, I do, but I didn't look at it. But the vast majority of the fire departments, there are how many of them in the county total?
Oh,
20 or something like that, 15, 18,
So volunteer, I think there's 13.
13.
And then now Swan paid, but they also have some volunteers.
Yeah.
And
You got those issues, but those that are strictly outside of any municipality are not contracted to provide services for the municipality, even though they do provide services for anywhere. It's kind of like the sheriff's office, they go everywhere. The concerns that the county had was, we're going to spend $1 million or $2 million, whatever it is, for equipment. And if this fire department folds, then this fire department holding that $1 million worth of equipment or 2 million or 5 million or whatever, then they can do with it what they want under the old provisions. I can see where, as a taxpayer of Onslow County, I would have a little concern about that. Then folding the door, closing the doors and saying, okay, we're going to sell this stuff and then we get the money.
so we are still a 501c3 corporation.
Mhm.
So you can't just sell it to anybody. It still has to go to another 501c3 or something designated like
But who
that.
gets the money?
Um,
See, that's the thing. Who gets my tax dollars that I invest
A lot of it
in
will
the
be-
fire department?
a lot of it will be donated to another department, or it could be just absorbed by a neighboring department. And the question was brought up. I think the main drive behind that was, we're spending this amount of money, on the volunteers, but that's across everything. it's not because we require more money. I mean, we do because goods and services have increased. You know, a fire truck we bought 5 years ago was $500,000. That same truck now is $1.2 million.
Right.
And we're kind of behind the curve with EMS and the fire department.
Sure. But I know that, but I think what the concern, if I was a businessman, I would not have had that kind of a deal going with anybody. I wouldn't have just given them all the equipment out there and they close down and then they could sell it.
Oh, absolutely.
I wouldn't do that.
No.
No businessman would do that. And the county should be run like a business, right? It has to be because it's a big business. The biggest business we got
100%.
is the county. Okay. So, but and I see the points there. You guys work because you get a lot of donations as well.
Mm-hmm.
Volunteer fire departments depend on a lot of donations from individuals as well, which is good. And you provide a lot of services, a lot of community efforts there.
Yes.
Unfortunately, today's volunteer fire departments have got a big problem. Back in the day, you live in a community, you join the fire department, you get all this training, and then you're working 50 miles away, so you're not available. So your abilities to be available like they used to be for fire departments are not there anymore. You guys got a problem.
In other
A little
words,
bit.
volunteerism isn't as much as it used to be, right? Is it down?
I mean, it is down in some areas worse than others. I mean, us at Richlands, we are very fortunate.
No, but I mean,
We do very well.
even if you got members, 8 hours a day, they're 50 miles away. So they can't really respond. So,
Oh, absolutely.
so I understand that. So you really need more members than you've got to be able to have the same number available
Oh, yes.
when times happen, when things happen. I don't envy you. That's a
Yes.
rough thing to have to do.
Yeah.
Pull something like that together with strictly volunteers. The county obviously has been hiring more and more firefighters, paid firefighters.
County responders.
Yes.
Is what they're called.
Oh, county responders. I
So
like that.
they're out there. And do you anticipate there being even more for the individual departments? Richlands is probably in Richlands and Holly Ridge. I would imagine Sneeze Ferry is. There's no town there anyway, but these Holly Ridge and Swansboro, Richlands, you guys got a lot of people will be living where they're working.
Yes.
So they're
There's a
working
lot
where
of-
they're living.
A lot of growth.
Yeah. Whew. Wow. So that's one of your big issues too.
Big issues is that. And EMS is probably, when you
yeah.
have to wait sometimes 20, 30 minutes for an ambulance to
That's
get
crazy.
somewhere.
That's
Not all the
crazy.
time,
Well,
but
didn't they used to house an EMS unit right there in Richlands, right there in the town? Didn't they have a building there that housed EMS and fire
so there
so
is
long ago?
Medic 10 is based out of our firehouse.
Right, right.
Is it staffed?
Yes.
Okay. So there's somebody there on
Most
site.
of the time.
You're talking about the one that was a little farther down 258 as you're going out of town, and it was on the right side, I think.
That was Richlands Rescue. That was
Yes,
Volunteer Rescue
yes.
Squad.
Weren't they an all volunteer rescue squad? Are they
Yes.
still there?
No, ma'am.
Yeah,
There's no more volunteer rescue squads in the
That
county.
would be tough.
right,
Yeah.
right. I remember that, right. All right. Walking away from the fire department issue here, what would you like to see next in Alonzo County? I know there's a lot of talk about building an indoor recreation center, which I think is cool. We have gone and we have given money to the YMCA for the swimming pool. What else would you like to see in Alonzo County? Kind of tough questions. I mean, it's
Yeah.
hard to really ask. a lot of-
taxes.
Yeah, without raising taxes.
That's the hard part.
Yeah, yeah.
I think we definitely need something. We need more soccer fields. We need a complex. I don't know if the indoor center is going to have soccer fields and baseball fields as well. We got a lot of kids around here, and I think there has been an issue. I'm not 100% sure everything about it, but with some of the soccer, I guess, entities like the county and Jazza or something like that, they've had some conflicts with their fields
Mhm.
and who gets to use them and who don't. And I think that's a
I
that's
think
a
they
big
just
problem.
that one just got signed back on. Their lease got extended. I think it was just recently.
Okay.
I think it wasn't the county was like shutting it down. I'm not sure there was a county. I can't say that, but I know it was, or it could have been the school system. No, you can't. But I understand their contract was extended. I don't remember all the details on that, but have you got a question, Chris?
No, I just the part about the soccer thing. Soccer has grown so much in this area.
Yes.
There's just not enough fields
Football.
to football.
Football.
To get them all out there and play, and it's and much not just play but practice. I mean, you got to get them out there to practice, and I think that's something that obviously is something that's big on your agenda.
Absolutely. I played soccer growing up for many years. Soccer, baseball, basketball, did it all.
He's a wildcat.
Now I just do golf.
No.
You're a wildcat. I'm a Cardinal. We're all Cardinals, but we forgive you. No, we like Richlands.
My wife is a Cardinal.
Yeah, that's right. I remember you saying
He's
that.
wearing a
yeah?
red tie. He's okay.
Yeah, he's good. He's good. See, it's just kind of hard to ask questions. I just checked out your Facebook, and I was looking to see, and
probably a
very
lie.
nice. And I have shared the link on our page. I was looking more for like your platform. You've not actually done one yet, have you? Where you go into a long?
It'll come out, the full one will come out after the new year.
Yeah, okay. That's what I was kind of looking for, to see what else you had there that we could do. There was some growth. How do you feel about growth in Onslow County? I know there's a lot of meetings where you have a surveyor and a developer go up before the commissioners, and they want to change the zoning from an RA to an RG or whatever, however it works, because they want to put in housing areas. I would say most of the time these are approved, but there are times when they say no. How do you feel about growth? Let's just say in the Richlands area. Is there room for growth?
There is, but what we have done is we have outgrown a lot of our infrastructure.
At what cost is this growth needed? What is the growth going to cost the community,
Correct.
the people in the community?
I mean, we've got, water systems in the northwest Onslow area. The water system is taxed. I mean, it can't handle anymore.
Is that
So,
on one
I don't
side?
know. That is northwest Onslow.
Oh, Northwest Onslow. Okay.
And I know there's some sewer out that way that is almost at capacity.
Last time I went through that area, I could not believe the housing areas.
Isn't Richlands a town
Whew.
of perfect water? Isn't it?
Yes,
Wasn't
it
that-
is.
Wasn't that on the water towers out there all the time?
Yeah,
I remember the old days.
that was it. That used to be the little sign right there. Welcome to Richlands, town of perfect water.
As far as the city government in Richlands, why didn't you ever run for mayor?
I don't live in the city.
Oh, you don't.
Well, that would do it. He lives up there near Dill's County. He could be the satellite annexation.
We don't ever hear anything for Richlands. I've tried several times going through City Hall to try to get somebody to come in on the show, and I can't get anybody. I mean, I just like nobody.
They don't like you.
Reach
Maybe
out.
it's you they don't like.
Reach out. We have a new town manager.
Oh, you do?
Yes.
Okay, I'll get that info from you later then.
I don't
Because
have
we-
it.
we
He's
would-
new.
I'll tell him I know
You
Wormy
can
Kavanaugh.
get it
Does that
there.
count? Who? Wormy Kavanaugh?
There's a lot of Kavanaughs out
I
there.
would just love
You
to
don't
be
know
able
Wormy?
to.
I don't.
You know Graham Kavanaugh?
We know Graham,
Mercer Kavanaugh?
Celeste.
Oh, really?
It's just like to be able to hear what's happening in Richlands. Like when you came in for the Farmers Day, I mean, that told us more about what was happening in Richlands than we've heard in a long time. So
Yep.
congratulations on
So
that.
Richlands is a great place. It's got probably the nicest Christmas parade of any Christmas parade that I've ever been to. And I've been there a
Yes.
few times.
The best.
And we've already made plans for next year
Yes.
because we're going to do it next year. It might be the only one we do
Mhm.
because it's nighttime. I can't show off lights
We love the night
when it's sun shining.
Absolutely.
I would have to put enough lights out there. They would be kind of like this light. Well, I won't shine it in your eyes, but you can imagine
Would
how
you
bright
stop
this
it?
little light is, right?
Reminded me twice this morning.
That's what it would take to be able to put lights on a float during the daytime.
Yeah, our Crime Stoppers car has been in it every year. We just love it because the people there say Merry Christmas.
Yes, I love
It
Richland.
And you
is-
can hear them
you
because
can-
they're this close to your
Yeah,
car.
yeah.
I love it. That's
Love
perfect.
Richland.
Where'd you find the park?
Well, when you're
Right outside Belfort.
Yeah. when you're in the parade, it's pretty easy. We're right behind the sheriff's boat,
Okay.
and boy, when they chunk out candy, we're going. Well, we feel bad because we're just doing this, and they got people chunking it into the woods, and go out there the next day. And
They chunk it
I
your
can't-
way.
no, they don't chunk it all the
You know,
way.
you could have Kathy up there with a bucket catching it.
She's in her prisoner outfit. She don't
Well,
want to get
that's all
nothing
the more
wrong.
reason.
Yeah,
Prisoner still in the candy.
She could be an escape artist.
yeah.
So,
That
Elliot,
is
do
a
you,
very good parade, though.
do you
It's-
have
It's
any?
getting longer and longer.
Yes. Do you have any upcoming events planned for people
Not
to get
right
out and
now.
meet you?
There, I think someone is working on a meet and greet in the Sneeds Ferry area, and as well as the Swansboro area.
I think I saw where the Republican Party is having a big, huge meet and greet too.
February
So,
5th.
yeah,
at the
yeah, I
country
think
club.
it was. Yes, yes. But I was wondering if you had. How about anybody? You taking volunteers to work your campaign?
I probably will be. We've
Very
dealt,
good.
so short story long, we've dealt with some family emergencies since October. So I've been kind of,
Bless your heart.
You've not really jumped into it yet, but
Not a
yeah,
whole lot.
first of the year, you better get busy.
we're going to work on it.
Have you ordered signs yet?
Working on that as well.
Very good. Very good.
So,
Yeah, I was just like, I shared his Facebook to our pages there. So if you have any questions, anybody, click on that. You can message him through the Facebook page. And if you want to help him on his campaign, send him a message. And I'm sure he'll be glad to have
And if
you
you're
work the
looking for
polls.
signs, if you contact
Mhm.
Lee, she makes them herself one at a time with
Okay.
a Sharpie pen at home.
No.
We
She
can do
does it
that.
all night, every night, by the hundreds.
and then what she does is she rings it through the register.
No, I call vital signs. Mike,
I
those
had
people
to.
are
I-
wonderful.
We're
Yeah.
not right around here.
It's just all right. That's the best way to be.
Yeah,
So,
right.
But there's 3 seats open, right, Lee? There's 3.
There's 3 seats up for, and 2 are running for reelection, and 1 did not seek reelection. So there will be at least 1 new person this go around.
So,
At least 1.
So let me ask you this, Elliot. What would you say stands you apart from those that are running for re-election and for the open seat? What separates you from those that are running?
I don't know a whole lot about them. I'm born and raised here. Like I said, been here my whole life.
Mhm.
So I know a lot about this county. A lot of people around here do a lot of work here. I bring a lot of honesty to the table.
Okay.
Very good.
Like that.
Homeboy too.
Yeah.
Homeboy, yeah. It's just, let me see. Can you think of anything else that's been going on right now with the county? I know we got through the fire department stuff. That's pretty much a done deal now. And then we're talking about the rec center, and I think that's moving forward. The growth has been the biggest thing in Onslow County. That's been the biggest battle right there. I did see you last month come before the commissioners and talk about the In God We Trust on the courthouse and in the commissioners' chambers. I appreciated that. I did.
Well, thank you.
I think you did a good job there. But, you know, there's been a few people that think we should not have those. The In God We Trust in the commissioners'
You know where the
chambers.
county line is?
Yeah,
Get on it and go north.
well, there's one particular that shows up at every single meeting.
The
Didn't like it.
balancing, we're talking about growth, okay? Let's say balancing growth with what we have available in the county, because growth costs money. Now, there are those out there who, and I thought I was one of those, who maintain that the more people you bring in here, the more you get to make money off of these individuals. But according to those in the know, this is according to them, in the county government, you bring in people, yes, there is money that will come in the way of taxes, property taxes and otherwise from them, but it's not going to offset the cost of them having 4 kids that are going to go to school, so we have to build another school or 2 or 3 or 4, whatever. How do we deal with that? Do we put that burden on the rest of Onslow County's current taxpayers? That was going to cost us money to bring in more people into this county? Or should there be a user fee attached to that for the first 5 years of their existence in Onslow County? If they want to move here, you got to pay the price to play.
You work at Farm Bureau, don't you?
I am a mean person.
I don't have a good answer for that.
Okay.
I don't know what the answer is.
Well, thank God somebody will be honest then, because everybody else has an answer.
That is going to be something to talk about at a big round table.
Mm-hmm. And I would love to see somebody with a big old white chalkboard up there, or a white board, dry erase board, to put some numbers up here. And let me see what these numbers are. How much if we put 25,000 more people in Onslow County, how much is that going to cost everybody else who's already in Onslow County in the way of increased property taxes?
Yes. Well, and it's not only the school system as well that gets
That's
burdened.
just part of it.
Correct. That goes back
It's
to
a big part of it.
EMS, fire, law enforcement.
Maybe people beyond childbearing age will be the only ones allowed in Onslow County. New ones.
But we definitely got to do something with the schools.
Right.
I mean, time
Oh,
they
yeah,
build a
absolutely.
new school, they're having to pull trailers and stuff back there to house students. I don't think that's right.
Nope, it's been that way since the 60s that I can
Well,
recall.
what's your suggestion then? I mean, we're growing so much that every time we turn around, we're having to build a new school. How would you slow that down? It's about impossible.
I don't know
to
if you
do.
can slow that down. The only thing I know is spend more money, build bigger schools.
Now, would you be, there was one candidate that was always talking about building 2 and 3 story high schools. Would you do that, or would you branch out? I mean, what's your opinion on that?
I don't know. I have no idea. That's something else you'd have to talk to an engineer
Two-story
about.
schools, multiple
Correct.
story schools. They've learned over the years that they're not really practical. You were in high school when Jacksonville had that one building with 2 stories,
Yeah.
right?
Correct,
The biggest
yes.
boondoggle there was
Yes.
trying to get
The
from
main
class to
building.
class
Oh,
with
yeah.
2 sets of stairways.
Right.
And
Yeah,
then
I'm
you got a
not.
handicap.
I'm
What are you
not.
going to do for them?
When I
I'm
was
not
in
in favor of it.
my 4th and 5th grade class was in the second story at
Yeah.
Richlands.
So, I mean, you know what? That's those in the know. I've heard all my life, and that is not the best thing in the world to do.
Well, here's the biggest question. Have you started, or do you have knowledge, or have you read any of the current budget? And do you have questions about it? I mean, that's the biggest thing that governs us is the budget.
I have looked at very little snippets of it.
Right.
I will definitely be diving into that after the first of the year.
That's a lot of pages.
I do think they've gone on a little hiring spree in the county. I don't know, and I don't know if y'all know. Well, I'm sure y'all know there's a tax reevaluation coming out next
we
year.
know. We know.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
We know.
I was actually in the workshop. So before the evening meeting of the commissioners, there's a workshop, and it's open. So I've been
I'm
going
not
to some of those.
sure that there are as many people in charge who represent us. There are people who are hired that I know they understand this, but I'm not sure there's many people up there that we select to be on these boards that are as aware and understand math as some of us do. Seriously.
Absolutely.
Are you decent with math?
Don't look at me.
I tend to think I'm okay with it.
If we double the value of every piece of property in Onslow County in this reevaluation, then if we keep the tax rate at 60, whatever it is per $100 valuation,
65 cents.
then we will double the income and property taxes, right? But we don't want to do that because I'm going to be paying double if this house is double its current value, which
It's a no-win.
then I would
No
be
matter
paying double the amount of taxes. That's not fair. And there's nothing in this reevaluation that is supposed to increase the amount of money coming in. That's not what the purpose of reevaluation is. It's to value what it is appropriately, and then you reduce the tax rate. If you double the property tax values of the property in Onslow County, then you should half the tax rate. Right?
I'll agree with that. At least I think so.
It ain't going to work that
Oh,
way.
I know.
Oh, we will reduce the property taxes. You won't pay any higher tax rate. You won't pay any higher taxes. Yes, you will. You won't pay a higher tax rate. You'll pay a lower tax rate,
But more
but
in
you will
taxes.
pay more real dollars. I don't
Correct.
care what the tax rate is. I don't care if the tax rate is $5,000 per dollar, whatever. But if I got to pay more in dollars, that's real dollars.
That's right.
And then in Oslo County, we have a very aging population because we cheated death a lot.
Even though we're the youngest county, we're still old.
As we've gotten, as we've become more attuned to what hurts us, and
Right.
you know, what is it? The life expectancy for a male is 76 now.
Oh, okay. I thought it was 78, 77.
Well, I'm
Somewhere
past the
around there.
76. I'm in the 77, headed for the 78. So I'm dead.
You're just in your prime.
I'm almost dead. So, but I don't get any more money. I mean, I did get something from Social Security, said I got $50 a month, minus all these other fees they take out of it. So I can buy me a pizza a month, unless you raise my property taxes.
Little Caesars.
Food Lion, $4.99.
Oh my gosh. Well,
Yes, that's
So, yeah, you know, what do you say to people like that who have a fixed income, have no other source of income, and they've lived in a home forever, and they've saved their money to buy a home so they don't owe anybody except the government? Why is the government and Jones Onslow the people we have to pay?
gets aggravating on it.
Yeah. What do we do? What are we supposed to do?
I have no idea.
Hmm.
Show up at meetings.
That would be arrested because
Well,
I'm not going to be nice.
well,
that's your 5 minutes. You can say whatever you want to. You are protected.
I can't get it
Excuse
done
me.
in 5 minutes.
I know, but we do need more community involvement in these meetings.
We need some more people involved,
Yes.
but we need some people up there on the platform. 7 people up there need to be listening and not just being like doing other things,
Yes.
and really listen and come up with somebody needs to be knocking. Somebody needs to get hit up beside the head one time. Say, listen, not literally,
No, I think so.
but well, maybe, and say, listen, maybe these people have got a point here, and maybe we're going to be in that same boat.
Mhm.
about
Taxes.
what are you going to do though? It's a never ending.
If I knew what I was going to do, I would run for office and throw them all out. Or
I
just
mean-
walk in and take over.
taxes, we're taxed to death on everything,
The
not
point is
just
to
locally,
death.
everywhere.
To death.
Right.
So what are you going to do about it? Quit spending so much.
Well, I know
That's
right
the
now.
start.
Now, if you cannot find waste in that budget when you start looking through it, get back to me.
Where would you cut back?
I'll do that.
I don't know. I haven't looked at the budget.
Off the
That's
top
what
of
his
your
job
head,
is.
can you think of any place you would cut back? Just off the top of your head?
I think we need to figure out what is most important right now
And that would be
and
what?
fund that. You know, in one of the meetings, I guess we're expected to spend another $20 million on Parks and Rec
Right.
in the next, I don't know how many years. I mean, let's do
Everybody's screaming for more recreation and parks and stuff.
let's do some parks and stuff, but also you have an EMS that's struggling. You have fire departments that need growth. You got to be able to cover these areas.
Mhm.
So I don't know what the correct answer is for that. I don't know. Like I said, I'm new at this. This is I'm still learning.
Well, I'm glad you got an open mind. That's the
Yeah.
thing.
Right,
I'm
yes,
going to.
right.
That's the part that I'm going to enjoy is when you start looking at the current budget.
Mhm.
Yes.
I mean, that's already we're in it. They're also preparing a new budget.
Yes.
They started now, and over the next 6 months, they're going to be doing that. I assume that you will be going to all their workshops.
I try to go to all I can.
Good.
Yeah, I've seen you at the meetings in the past. So,
Well,
like
I think
yourself.
you'll make a great candidate, and I think you'd make a great commissioner.
Well, thank you very much.
Number
Right.
one, you got your head screwed on straight, and you know there are answers, but you know there are questions out there you don't have answers to. Everybody comes in here with an answer. I just do not trust them.
When somebody has an answer for everything, you better
I
run.
do not trust them.
yeah.
Just point blank. Boy, I just probably gave some other future candidates some clues there. They better not say, well, yeah, I got this answer. No, you know.
Right.
But it's good to have the ideas.
Yes, it is.
Yes, ideas are wonderful.
Yeah. So
Well, it's good to see people step up to the plate too.
if we had
I
more
enjoy
of
that.
you, if we had 20 people like you running, I would be happy as a clam.
We
I'd
had
be
that
happy
one
as a
year.
clam.
Didn't
No,
we have
20 people like him running.
Yeah, but
Well, that
you
means
remember
a
the year
lot.
we had like 15, 16 people running
Yeah.
for commissioner?
All I did was screw things
Oh,
up.
it was a big table. It was long. Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Well, and the most important thing for people to remember is the March, the primary election, is the
Right.
most important election.
Well, yeah.
Right.
Well, but a lot of
Traditionally,
people don't show up for that election.
yeah, well, you need to show
Have
up
to.
for it. And then, regardless of what your party affiliation is, your political leanings or otherwise, there's going to be one or two or three Democrats. I don't know how many Democrats are filed.
I know there's one.
Okay.
that I know of right now.
They're going to be running. And if people don't
Which-
show up,
They don't have to do a thing for the primary
No,
because
no,
they're going to pass right on through.
well, the person who doesn't do anything for the primary is probably not going to be elected in November, because you're going to have more than the Democrat votes in November
Yes.
to get elected in this county, period.
Absolutely.
And I think it's very important for our citizens to know that your vote counts, and you can be one of many different parties: Republican, Democrat, Liberal, unaffiliated.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. I didn't mean to leave you
I'm,
last,
I'm the vast majority here.
but I think, Elliot, you bring up a good point. The primaries are very important
Yes.
because that's going
Always.
to be the ticket that's going.
That's going to be the
Forward.
deciding factor
Yeah.
in
Yes.
most cases in Onslow County.
And
Yes.
Lee, you've said this many a times, and Rayford, you've said it quite a few times too. DC does their things, the state do that, but at the end of the day, who affects us the most? The citizens of Onslow County. Who affects us the most?
How many voters are in Onslow County?
That's your test again.
Registered voters,
Yes.
I think it was 126.
125,000,
yeah,
something like
100
that.
Yeah, about that.
125,000 people, 7 commissioners. You want to do the math, you can figure that out very quickly. And North Carolina, how many voters are there? There are 10 million people, 11 million people. There are like 7 million voters.
About that. Somewhere, yeah.
And we got one governor.
hmm
Ouch.
So 7 million people going to have to be split. Oh, that one guy, you don't have any say in what happens with him.
You know.
125,000 of us can have a lot of say with 7 people up there.
Yes.
And if we all band together, we got you.
That's right.
You are outnumbered. So that's the way that I look at it. You are more important to 125,000 people. The 7 of you are to 125,000 people than the governor is to 7 million people.
Yeah, I agree with that 100%.
Mathematically, it makes all the sense in the world. This world is based on math, including music is based on math.
Absolutely.
So there.
I agree with that 100% because people are more invested in what's happening locally than they are statewide.
Yeah.
Because if something's happening in the mountains, it's not affecting us. So, but
This is a hurricane.
We won't talk about that. I have watched every single meeting. If I've not been there, I choose to sit at home with my feet up on the coffee table with my cup of coffee or tea and watch the meetings. And very few have I missed over the last, I'd say, 5 years. I have learned so much. Plus the fact that there are a few of the commissioners that I can pick up the phone and call anytime and say, I have a question.
Some of them she texts during the meeting.
But you
I
know
that because she texts all of us. We have our internal, the 3 of us.
Did you see? No, that's not true. Anyway,
She
but
sends notes to us.
no, you have to be careful what you text because they're up there texting. Their phones are subject to.
Don't let it get leaked.
Yeah, their phones are subject to any, and that brings to mind a commissioner that. Oh, anyway, we're going to. But I have learned so much by watching the meetings over the years. I have attempted to read some of the budget, but I lose interest. It's terrible. I lose interest in it because it's just page after page after page. But I like the direction that the county is going. I feel like we're heading in the right
It's
direction
moving forward.
with the strategic
Yep.
focus that our county manager has put forth. And I find there's a lot of good in it. Have you looked at the strategic focus, and is there anything in there that you have reservations about?
That's a hard question.
I'm trying to find you a good.
I read it when it first came out, and I have
Right.
forgot a lot of the things on there. But I think I have it in my truck.
You like deer?
Good, good.
I do.
I don't mean to eat. I mean just like deer.
I do.
You like that we have a good deer population, right? You know, we have great fish population around here and everything else. We have our waters protected, and we have the wetlands and all that sort of good stuff. You have no idea where I'm going, neither one of you.
Not yet.
We have these areas that are protected you cannot build on, right?
Oh.
Because there are wetlands there,
Wetlands.
right?
Mhm.
And the wetlands are where the fish form up and the shellfish and all that sort of. Why don't we have protected areas where you cannot build under any conditions because they have a massive deer population, or should have? We have one Hoffman Forest up there. We have a couple, but look at the number of deer killed along Highway 17. Why are they along Highway 17 that I see 3 to 4 every trip to Wilmington dead? Why are they there? Because they have no places to hide.
Absolutely.
They're forced to the highways.
And bear too. There's plenty of bear that gets hit out my way.
Yep, that's right. But I mean, should we not think about that when we're developing? When we cannot build on wetlands, should there not be properties there where the deer roam, where the antelope play, that we should not be able to build in Onslow County? Ouch!
I have never thought about that. But
I
I'll
stay awake at night a lot.
I'll put a lot of thought into that one.
Yeah, but you do.
And I'll talk to you about it when I come back for Farmer's Day.
There you
Yes,
go.
yes, yes. Well,
All
all right.
So anyway.
Just in closing, just for all the listeners, why do you want to run for county commissioner? Why do you feel like it's important to you to do this?
Because I want to see the county I grew up in continue to succeed and be a great county and a great place to grow.
Very good.
Good.
Very good.
Great overall plan, and I think you're the one that's going to be meticulous enough to look at some of the details that, like things that I ask, and
Mm-hmm.
like does that budget.
I will do
Look
that.
for areas that are
That's a
like
hard one.
absolute trigger points for what are we spending this for? What?
Yes,
If it concerns you, it should concern everybody.
absolutely.
Okay,
And with all candidates, we wish you the best of luck.
absolutely.
Thank you very much.
Good luck, and
We'll
thank
be
you for
talking
coming
to
in.
you again.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
We'll be seeing you again.
Look forward to
and
it.
talking to
And
you.
we won't badger you.
And
Well, they won't
I
badger
can
you.
take that too.
if anything comes up, please send me a message.
Yes,
So we can
please.
put the word out if you have a meet and greet or something like that. And I really need to, I don't think I have your email. I really need your email.
Should be on
if
the
you can-
candidates list, right?
let me see.
But you got it. You got it. Well, go ahead.
Just, can you write your email? Do you have
You
paper
want me
over
to text
there?
it to you?
Yeah, I think
Text it to me. That'll be fine.
There you go.
There you go. I forgot about texting. Text it to me and I'll have your email and I'll put it on file. And that way I can get up with you easier through that.
Sounds good.
And yes.
Elliot, it's a pleasure having you in here.
Yes, it is.
It's
Thank you
always
for
a pleasure
taking the
being
time.
here. I
Wearing
really enjoy
many
it.
hats.
Yeah.
First the dancing shoes, then the farmer's day, and now this.
I still have them shoes.
Oh, I bet you do.
I actually wore them to the candlelight vigil.
Did you?
I did.
You lit the
Oh, that's
place up. I think you should wear them when you go knock on doors to campaign.
All right, I can do that.
You'll stand out.
Yes, really.
Stand up
really.
and stand out. There you go.
Really.
Good luck.
All right,
Thank
Elliot, thank you.
Thank
sir.
you, Ellie. It's always a pleasure having you.
Look at the Marines forecast offshore today, out to 20 nautical miles. Northwesterly winds are going to be kicking up 20 to 25 knots. They'll come down this afternoon, 15 to 20. Seas are kind of big, 4 to 6, and they're 6 seconds apart, kind of close. 2 to 4 near shore will be choppy. Sounds and rivers rough, diminishing to choppy in the afternoon. Wednesday, tomorrow, westerly winds 10 to 15 knots. Increase it to 15 to 20 in the afternoon, 2 to 3 footer. Sounds and rivers, a moderate chop, becoming choppy in the afternoon. Thursday, that's next year, Westerly winds 15 to 20, gusts to 25, becoming northwesterly 10 to 15 in the afternoon. 3 to 5 footer sounds and rivers choppy.
Today, sunny with a high near 44, northwest wind 7 to 11 miles per hour with gusts as high as 18. Tonight, clear with a low around 23. Wednesday, sunny with a high near 51. Wednesday night, mostly clear with a low of 31. And New Year's Day, sunny with a high near 55.
You know, based on what you just mentioned about the temperatures tonight, for those that have had, because we've had some warm weather, it's like plants have been blooming and stuff. You need to cover those up.
Weeds.
Folks. Yeah. Weeds.
Don't cover up your weeds. Let the
them
cold
die.
snap the weeds to death. That's good. No problem. But yeah, you're right. There's some little blooms that are little plants that do pop up a little bit early when the soil stays warm like it has.
Yeah.
Be careful. If you got some stuff that maybe in the ground that you were hoping would come up a little bit later, well, a little bit later came a little bit early, and now it's going to be a little bit cold, a little bit fast.
Yeah.
So watch out.
And that way
Minnesota.
Minnesota. My gosh.
Go Vikings.
The money?
Minnesota just can't catch a break. I think just outright say, you should have known better. All of y'all should have known better. First, with the governor and his apparent claimed ignorance
Yeah.
that there was any fraud going on in the state's fraud scandal. Yeah. Apparently everyone except Governor Tim Walz was aware of the problem, or they were part of the problem. If you weren't aware of it, you were likely part of it. How does that sound for an allegation?
Right.
Timmy Baby, of course, had a great excuse for not having a clue. He accepted the ridiculous idea that he could become vice president when Kamala Harris ran for the White House. That in itself should clear him of having any knowledge of the fraud throughout the state's government. After all, he was only the guy in charge. What should he know? Now, Republican lawmakers in Minnesota cite malfeasance in office as a reason that Walz should be gone. Step aside, they say. Resign. Go away. It might be wise for him to do it now. Handcuffs will not look good on that man. This may become a criminal case that doesn't just lead to his door, but early indications are that it might involve him all the way up to his beady little eyeballs.
Well, Rayford, federal prosecutors are saying right now that it's estimated as much as $9 billion has been stolen from the Minnesota Social Services Program since 2018.
That will just be the start.
Roughly half of the $18 billion in federal funding the state received during that same period. Ultimately, it's going to rest on the shoulders of the top man in Minnesota, which is AKA the governor.
Tim, let me say something to you. Remember Martha Stewart? She went to prison.
Yes, she did.
Yeah.
And what did she go to prison for? Not as bad as this. Not as bad as this. You could be in trouble, Bubba.
Well, think
And
about
they're going to look for somebody to pin it on.
if you have no knowledge and you cannot control what goes on in your state,
Then that's
and this is
malfeasance.
huge, then you don't need to be doing anything else.
Well, last night his comment was,
Whoops.
I went to the state legislature about this and they did nothing.
Oh, well, then don't you go elsewhere?
Yeah,
If
go to
your
the
state-
FBI.
Yeah. Well, Cash Patel's doing that.
That's right.
And now it's too late.
Do you think Tim went to see him? Nope.
No.
Now in Minnesota we shall stay. Did you know that state law allows for, you got to explain this to me, Madam Election Person.
Ooh.
State law allows for any registered voter in the state to vouch for up to 8 people who are not registered in the state to actually vote on election days by getting registered without any verification of any kind. Did you know that was going on?
No, I didn't know
You can
that
be,
was
if
going on.
Chris over here
See
says,
it now.
I got 8 people out here. No, I know who they are. I know them.
Edgar, Juanita. Golly.
On my
Of
lake
that
fishing
little
buddy.
tidbit, Governor Halfwit signed a bill that allows anyone, regardless of citizenship,
Oh, my Lord.
to get a driver's license in the great state of Minnesota, whether they're legal or not. That's bad enough. But add to the mess that the licenses issued to the illegal aliens do not have any designation indicating that they are anything but a legal citizen.
Yeah, they say they carry no markings indicating
The plot
citizenship.
thickens because what
Good Lord.
ID do you use when you go to vote? When you show your voter ID, what do you use?
I use my driver's license.
Yeah. And here in the great state of North Carolina, you got to be a citizen to get one of them things. You don't
Supposed
have
to
to
be.
in Minnesota.
Supposed to be.
That is crack.
That's what?
It's crack.
Crack. Yeah.
She said crack.
The state
Crack.
board of
It's
elections
kinda
must have
crappy
been
crack.
on crack when they came up with that.
It's the primary, if not the only license
Yeah, I'm not doing
that
it.
90% of the people, 99% of the people will use when they go to vote is a driver's license.
Yeah, the registered voter must go with a person or persons to the polling place
Yeah.
and sign an oath verifying their address. I'm
Oh,
not
he
doing
wouldn't
it.
lie. He wouldn't lie to me.
There's people that ran for office and got elected that said they lived here and they don't. They live there.
For a crime to occur, there must here. Let me explain to y'all something about criminal activity. For a crime to occur, there must be a motive and the opportunity.
Right.
The motive goes without saying in this case, right?
That is crazy.
The fools in the state government have willingly offered them the opportunity. The motive is on the part of the bad people.
Right.
Anybody that wants to vote illegally, that's their motive, is they've got a motive. If the state government, it requires a signature of the governor, offers them a free driver's license regardless of where they came from, that's the opportunity. And they did it. The state of Minnesota did it. The state of Minnesota, the entire legislature and the governor should be removed and let the federal government take over to replace them until they can be replaced. With an opportunity, those who are bent on committing crimes will be the first in line, always.
Right.
Minnesota has long been a gathering place for immigrants moving into these United States. How many people from this country, from Minnesota, have gone to fight for ISIS? How many people have been arrested for going from the great state of Minnesota? How did they get radicalized? From the internet? No, they did not.
Why
From
not?
the people that moved into that state by hook or crook, likely by crook. With enough numbers of voters, with enough people voting, legal or otherwise, it becomes easy to select leaders that will do what you want them to do. And it's not the individuals who are making those decisions. It's somebody who's running the puppet show.
Crazy. Can you imagine the mess at voting time in Minnesota? Good Lord.
Oh, it was no mess. It was all just no big deal. Come on through. You got a driver's license.
Just let anybody vote.
Well, just go over there and
Why
just
not?
check the boxes if you want to. You want to take Bubba with you? Oh, yeah. You can take this guy with you because he's the one who vouched for you.
Right.
This
right.
one person can vouch for 8 other people, and you can vote the way he wants you to.
That's my brother Daryl. That's
And my other brother, Daryl. I tell you what, I cannot believe it. Tomorrow
And they all live over here.
we're going to let Dr. Rose examine us and see if there's
Yes.
anything wrong
Yes.
that she can correct.
Right. Well,
She'll probably say too late.
there's a lot of bad stuff going around right now.
The flu.
The super flu and then the RSV and
Yeah.
I hope I've been indoctrinated.
y'all be careful when you go
Ventilated.
out. Try to be careful in those big crowds.
And then tomorrow I'll be surrounded by a bunch of ham.
Yum.
Yeah.
Hams.
Yeah.
Ham,
We have
ham,
Zoe McNerney. I hope I said that right. She will be in here. She's 14, I believe, or just
14.
getting ready to turn 14. What a sweet child. And school vacation right now. So we invited her to come in and talk about being a ham radio operator. She is a ham radio operator.
You know, she's the one. I have been telling Lee, get your ham ticket so you can join this crowd. So you
Right,
can have
right.
access to people and expand your horizons. And it's too hard. I got to do that. And she said,
Then I met
and
Zoe.
then Zoe stands
And
about
I'm
4
like,
feet 2.
Yeah.
She said, looked up at her, says, Miss Lee, you can do it.
I know she was my inspiration. She really was.
If I
She's
can
a
do it, you
sweet
can do
little
it.
thing.
And that little girl
Yeah.
is great. She's
Yeah,
great.
and so we've got her coming in. To
She
talk
talks our
about,
language too.
Yes. Talk
Wow.
about, what made her want to do this when she actually became
Mhm.
licensed and what she looks forward to.
And she comes from a family of hams.
Yeah, she does. She's a sweet child. Sweet
Well,
child.
I'm going to
Sweet.
practice today on my ham.
Carving.
My hand jogging, whatever you want to call it. Your talk.
You better look it up and Google it.
Oh, I already got it.
Oh my God.
Okay. Never mind, I
Anyway, so
won't.
that'll be fun.
I
And then
won't.
Her daddy will be with her,
Okay, I will definitely. Won't.
and he's a
Right.
Okay, he's a ham.
he's what? No, he's he's a ham, but he's also a trained killer.
Okay, I'll be good.
Okay, enough craziness. We will see you tomorrow. Zoe will be joining us about 8:00 in the
Yes.
morning. Dr. Rose at 7:30, and that will be on New Year's Eve.
Yes,
Yeah.
and we haven't decided yet about New Year's Day, and if we are
Y'all take a
off,
vote and decide what you want to do.
then we will have Chris Miller tomorrow. So
Yeah.
we'll get it all worked out. We'll let you know.
I'm available on New Year's Eve.
Mhm.
I mean,
am
New
too.
Year's Day. I don't care. I'm available. I'm good.
I don't mind sleeping in, but I'm available too.
I'm just throw the
See
stuff
what
off the
location
futon.
I'm
You can sleep there. Bring your critters.
That's a lot of moving right there.
Well, that's got to be done. I've got to. We're in here trying to. Robbie says she's got to come in here, and what I got to get out.
Yeah.
What a mess.
It happens.
Yeah,
It
man.
happens.
Those I said I'll be there to collect some Reach Across America money
Yes.
this morning. I will.
Yes,
Oh, yeah.
do that, and don't forget tomorrow morning, preferably by noon tomorrow, please, y'all. Get your stuff in there, and you do need to remind our good friend, because
Yes.
he's tell him don't lose out. I know he's good. He's good. He's going to pay,
Yeah.
but he can double his
Oh.
his.
I will send our senator another message.
Yep. Y'all, if you want to double your the pleasure, as the double mint girls used to say,
Mhm.
go ahead and do it now. Okay.
17 get you two.
$17 to get you 2 wreaths instead of 1. You're live in local Real Talk, where we're awake, not woke, don't want to be. We'll
a
see you
blessed day.
tomorrow. Bye. Be safe.